If you ask a boxing fan to describe Evander Holyfield in a few words, then anyone will name such characteristics as warlike, courageous, resolute, and tireless. His way of thinking has allowed Real Deal to conquer heights that others cannot reach and succeed in the ring of giant fighters. Holyfield was that rare athlete who made every effort to achieve the goal, which allowed him to achieve more than anyone could expect from him. Today I offer the top 9 fights when Holyfield went up against the giants and kicked their ass. 9th place. Evander Holyfield vs. Michael Dokes. In March 1989, Holyfield faced former world champion Michael Dokes for the WBC Continental Americas title. Opponents constantly exchanged blows. In the 9th round, both boxers shocked each other several times.
This has been a monstrous battle. Holyfield in the blue, Dokes in the white. Dokes is now battling away. Dokes. Now Michael Dokes on the attack. Twisting right by Dokes.
In the middle of the 10th round, Holyfield caught Dokes with an accurate hit. Holyfield rushed after him and landed a long left cross to the chin. Dokes stepped back and fell. People jumped out of the corner of Dokes and stopped the fight. The bout was named Fight of the Year in 1989 and Fight of the Decade in the heavyweight division. 8th place. Evander Holyfield vs. Hasim Rahman. In June 2002, Evander Holyfield met Hasim Rahman.
Sind angesetzt. Blaue Hose, Rockman. Auf Dauer eine Chance haben will. Evander Holyfield, einer der besten. Holyfield. 30 Jahre, er wird 40 diesen Oktober. Klasse, wie Holyfield sich da reindreht, um links ins Ziel zu kommen. Jetzt die rechte wieder. Rockman in Schwierigkeiten.
At the beginning of the fight, there was a clash of heads, as a result of which Rahman had a hematoma over his left eye.
Ja, sind beide mit den Köpfen aneinander gestoßen. Er hat so viel gemacht für seinen Erfolg. Gute Hake! Ja, mit dem kalten Eisen gefehlt.
In the middle of the 8th round, the referee suspended the fight and took Rahman to the doctor. The doctor said that he could keep fighting if he could see. Rahman said that everything was blurring before his eyes. The fight was over. Since the hematoma was formed as a result of a head collision, the winner was determined based on the score of the judges. When the assessment in favor of Rahman was announced, the hall buzzed with displeasure. Holyfield was awarded the victory by split decision. 7th place. Evander Holyfield vs. Lennox Lewis. In March 1999, the fight for the title of absolute champion took place between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis.
The second of the two is the one who is going to give fans will ooh and ah whenever you get out there. Let's put plans for Holyfield. For right now, and he comes out in a very the shorter men are doing reach for everything.
Lewis dominated the entire fight, landing more punches than Holyfield ever threw, but the judges unexpectedly gave it a draw. It was one of the most controversial decisions in boxing history. A rematch was scheduled, in which Holyfield was defeated. 6th place. Evander Holyfield vs. James Douglas. In this fight, Douglas, who had previously sensationally knocked out Mike Tyson in Japan, looked helpless.
Round one, scheduled for 12. Telling sign, then conditioning could take over.
Douglas has a terrific jab, but see Holyfield?
Holyfield was much faster, delivered sharp and accurate shots.
He doesn't feel Douglas.
Douglas said, I hope there is some food left. Douglas at 246. He's not used to it. Round three.
In the third round, he hit Douglas with a side kick in the jaw and sent him to the floor of the ring.
As we look at it again, that Douglas wanted to land the uppercut. That's not the way to throw it. This fight ended.
The referee started counting to 10 and Douglas decided no mas. Evander Holyfield won world titles in the weight category over 90.9 kilograms according to the WBC, WBA, IBF, and the Ring. Fifth place. Evander Holyfield vs. Mike Tyson. By June 1997, Tyson was considered absolutely invincible. By then he had already restored his reputation after a sensational defeat from Douglas in Japan, having knocked out 4 opponents after being released from prison, and was the favorite.
Garcia from last year, quick right by Tyson.
He wants a sort of boxing match rather than just these big.
The first half of the meeting was held with varying degrees of success.
Combination by Holyfield to left.
The middle, from on the inside. He's not getting moving.
Holyfield coming on. A right uppercut. Counter punch.
It is not letting Tyson do any of them.
In the fifth round, Iron Mike struck a strong side to the body, and then an uppercut to the head and shocked Holyfield.
Tyson, he's keeping him out of his attack.
Unleashing uppercuts to the body. Digging to the chin.
But already in the sixth, Holyfield managed to send the opponent to the floor of the ring with a left hook.
Champion, like the overachieving warrior that
In the same round, Holyfield butted Tyson, after which he received a cut.
he is. Animal, he's
Sheer instinct right now. There's a round of scorecards in terms of an accidental foul.
going to get it done. Evander's zeroing in on a big shot.
Tyson is confused.
I got to do to get this guy.
Oh, straight right hand by Evander Holyfield.
He got Mike's attention. Mike's firing back and now.
In the 11th round, Holyfield delivered a series of serious blows, after which the referee decided that it was time to go home.
Continues to make it. A left hook to the head. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's
Evander Holyfield knocked out Mike Tyson in the 11th round and won the world title in the weight category over 90.9 kilograms according to the WBA. In a rematch a year later, Holyfield again defeated Tyson. There was also a scandalous incident with a bite. Fourth place. Evander Holyfield vs. George Foreman. The best years of Foreman, who at that time was already 42 years old, were far behind, but he performed much better than experts predicted. He took heavy blows from Holyfield and butted heads throughout the fight. In the 7th round, he even shocked the opponent with a right hand and forced him to step back, while delivering a series of clumsy but terrible blows. Holyfield managed to recover and landed a combination of fast and sharp hooks. By the end of the fight, Foreman was so tired that he could barely keep his hands to his chin. Evander Holyfield defeated George Foreman via unanimous decision to retain his WBC, WBA, IBF and lineal title in the 90.9 kilograms weight class. Third place. Evander Holyfield vs. Riddick Bowe. Speaking of this confrontation, one cannot recall the first battle. The fight began without reconnaissance. By the end of the first round, the boxers were already exchanging heavy blows and did not give up a centimeter of the ring.
Getting the best of a center ring exchange. Now Bowe lands the right hand for the first time in the fight.
Toward the middle of the fight, Bowe seized the initiative, but Holyfield continued to snap.
Capitalized with the uppercut hand over the top. Evander just freezes and looks at him and then comes. He was hurt. Bowe didn't realize that he was hurt. Every punch that he...
In the 10th round, which was voted round of the year by the Ring, Bowe landed a solid uppercut coming out of the clinch.
Can't understand someone being so dirty. So you see Holyfield going down in this round and Bowe stuns him with an uppercut. And just like that, the champion...
Holyfield swam, and Bowe smelled blood, attacking the opponent with the hardest unanswered blows. Holyfield reinitiates the clinch to gain time for a breather. With a minute left in the round, Holyfield unleashes a flurry of punches that shocks Bowe, then continues to beat him with straights and uppercuts.
And another. Round 10.
In the next round, Holyfield goes forward, but meets resistance and, after hitting with the right, falls to the floor of the ring.
There's the uppercut again. The mouthpiece is out of Holyfield's mouth.
At the end of the fight, Holyfield had to knock out the opponent in order to win, but this happened. Evander Holyfield was defeated by Riddick Bowe by unanimous decision and lost his WBA, WBC, IBF and lineal world titles in the weight category over 90.9 kilograms. Second place. Evander Holyfield vs. Riddick Bowe. Exactly 1 year later, the rematch again ended with a decision of the judges, but this time Holyfield won. Bowe started the fight actively, taking the first 3 or 4 rounds, but then the opponent managed to regain the initiative in his own hands.
10 seconds, round 4, Holyfield, 2-punch combination. Holyfield, a short uppercut. The bell is sounding, they're still... Where's the ref?
In the 7th round, Holyfield managed to land a right hook, after which he received a combination of hard blows. This fight was also notable for the fact that in the 7th round a parachutist landed in the ring. Due to the incident, the meeting had to be interrupted for 21 minutes.
Look where Riddick is forward by Holyfield. Judy's not there.
Before the final gong, the opponents went for broke.
Holyfield landing again. Holyfield, a combination.
Evander Holyfield defeated Riddick Bowe by majority decision to win the WBA, IBF and lineal world titles in the 90.9 kilograms weight class. 1 place. Evander Holyfield vs. Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Every reputation has a starting point, and for Holyfield this point was passed almost 37 years ago on July 12, 1986, when he survived the most serious test of his career, his first fight with Dwight Muhammad Qawi for the latter's WBA light heavyweight title. Even today, Holyfield-Qawi is by most considered the best world heavyweight title fight in history. The fight started at a high pace. Young Evander Holyfield tried to keep the champion at a distance, using his advantage in height and arm span. But Dwight Muhammad managed to break through to the middle distance, where he responded to Holyfield with powerful series of punches. Throughout the fight, none of the boxers was able to completely seize the initiative in their own hands, and the fight went on in a mutual exchange of blows. Surprising is the fact that despite the carnage that the boxers staged in the ring, not one of them ended up in a knockdown in this fight.
And Holyfield, there you saw, and the uppercut, and right hand and a left behind.
Thus, the fight lasted all 15 rounds, the result of which was the victory of 23-year-old Evander Holyfield by a split decision. So Evander Holyfield won his first title in the professional ring, becoming the WBA world champion in the first heavyweight.